Welcome back to BBC World Coins. If you've got a jar of pennies sitting around, you might want to take a closer look because today we're counting down the top 7 most valuable ultra-rare Lincoln 1-cent pennies worth millions. Some of these coins have fetched insane prices at auction, and who knows, you might just have one hiding in your pocket change. So, let's dive in. Today we have a fascinating topic that every coin collector and numismatic enthusiast will love. We are diving deep into the history, value, and market worth of the 1970 1-cent Lincoln penny. This tiny yet significant piece of currency has recently made headlines for its astonishing value in the collector's market. Believe it or not, some of these pennies have been sold for as much as $90,900. So what makes this penny so valuable? Stay with us until the end of this video to find out. The 1970 Lincoln penny is a part of the Lincoln Memorial series, which was first introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features the iconic profile of President Lincoln, a design that has remained a staple in American coinage since 1909. On the reverse side, you will find the Lincoln Memorial, a majestic tribute to one of the nation's greatest leaders. But what makes the 1970 Lincoln penny stand out among other pennies? The answer lies in its unique errors, low mintage, and high demand among collectors. One of the most well-known error varieties of this coin is the double die obverse. A double die occurs when a coin is struck twice with a misaligned die, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the inscriptions and designs. If you closely examine a 1970 penny and see a distinct doubling on the word Liberty or in the date itself, then you might be holding onto a rare and valuable treasure. Another factor contributing to the high value of this penny is its mintage and condition. The 1970 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the small d mint mark below the date. While millions of these coins were produced, finding one in pristine condition is quite rare. Coins that have been well preserved, with their original mint luster and minimal signs of wear, are highly sought after by collectors. The higher the coin's grade, the more valuable it becomes. Now let's talk about market value. The price of a 1970 Lincoln penny varies depending on its condition and rarity. A regular 1970 penny in circulated condition may be worth just a few cents. However, those that have been graded and certified by professional coin grading services can fetch impressive prices. For example, a 1970 penny with a double die obverse in mint state condition has been auctioned for as much as $90,900. Collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for such rare specimens due to their historical significance and scarcity. So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1970 penny in your collection? First, carefully examine the coin under good lighting and a magnifying glass. Look for any doubling on the inscriptions, particularly on the date and the word Liberty. If you notice any significant doubling, consider getting the coin authenticated by a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Additionally, check the coin's overall condition. A penny that appears shiny with minimal scratches and blemishes will be worth significantly more than one that is heavily worn. Now you might be wondering where you can sell a valuable 1970 Lincoln penny if you are lucky enough to own one. There are several options available, including online auction sites, coin dealers, and numismatic conventions. Websites like eBay and Heritage Auctions frequently host coin sales where rare pennies attract high bids from collectors around the world. Additionally, local coin shops and pawn shops may be interested in purchasing valuable coins. However, it is crucial to have your coin professionally graded before selling to ensure you receive the best possible price. For those who love collecting coins, the 1970 Lincoln penny serves as a reminder that rare treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Many collectors have discovered valuable coins in their pocket change or old coin jars without even realizing it. The thrill of coin hunting and the possibility of finding a high-value piece make numismatics an exciting and rewarding hobby. If you come across a 1970 penny, take the time to inspect it carefully. Who knows? You might be holding on to a small fortune. In conclusion, the 1970 1-cent Lincoln penny is more than just a piece of copper. Its rich history, unique errors, and market demand make it a highly valuable collectible. With some of these pennies selling for nearly $100,000. We are diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, and we have something truly special for you. If you have ever come across a 1974 Lincoln penny, you might want to take a closer look because some of these coins have been selling for an astonishing amount of money, reaching up to $80,900. That is right, a single penny worth nearly $90,000. So what makes this particular coin so valuable? Well, there is a lot to uncover, from its history to the rare variations that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. Make sure to watch this video till the end because we will discuss everything you need to know about spotting a valuable 1974 penny, including tips on how to determine if you have one of these rare gems in your possession. A brief history of the 1974 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny has been an essential part of American coinage since its introduction in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin was originally made with 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. However, during the early 1970s, there was a major issue that led to one of the most interesting coin variations in U.S. history. During this time, the cost of producing pennies was rising due to increasing copper prices. This led the U.S. Mint to experiment with different compositions, and in 1974, they produced experimental pennies made from aluminum. Around 1.5 million of these aluminum pennies were struck and distributed for testing among government officials and organizations. However, before they could be officially released into circulation, the decision was made to scrap the aluminum penny idea, and almost all of them were recalled and melted down. But here is where things get interesting. While most of these aluminum pennies were destroyed, a few are believed to have survived. Some were reportedly given to members of Congress and other officials, and to this day, a handful of these coins remain missing. If one of these aluminum pennies were to appear, it could be worth a fortune. The rarest 1974 penny. Why is it worth so much? Aside from the aluminum pennies, there are also some rare copper variations of the 1974 Lincoln penny that are highly sought after by collectors. These coins can be found with various mint errors, including double die errors, off-center strikes, and other anomalies that make them unique. One of the most valuable 1974 pennies was recently sold for an incredible $80,900 at auction. What made this specific penny so special? It was an extremely rare mint error coin that had a unique composition and a near-perfect condition, making it one of the finest known examples. Collectors and numismatists always look for pennies with distinct features, such as strong strike details, full lettering, and minting defects that add rarity to the coin. If you happen to find a 1974 penny with any unusual characteristics, it could be worth checking with a professional coin grader to determine its authenticity and potential value. How to identify a rare 1974 penny? So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1974 penny in your collection? Here are a few key things to look out for. First, check the composition. If you suspect you have an aluminum penny, it will be significantly lighter than a regular copper penny. A normal copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while an aluminum penny would weigh around 0.93 grams. You can use a digital scale to measure the weight of your coin. If your penny is extremely light, you might have something special. Second, examine the coin for mint errors. Look for doubling in the lettering, date, or design elements which could indicate a double die error. Also check if the coin has an off-center strike or any unusual markings that might increase its rarity. Third, check the mint mark. The 1974 penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If you find a coin with an unusual mint mark placement or a missing mint mark, it could be valuable. Finally, assess the coin's condition. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition fetch higher prices than worn or circulated coins. The higher the grade, the more valuable it will be. Collectors pay premium prices for coins with sharp details and minimal wear. Current market value of the 1974 penny. Now let's talk about how much these pennies are worth in today's market. The value of a 1974 Lincoln penny can range from just 1 cent to thousands of dollars depending on its rarity and condition. Here is a general breakdown of the value. A regular circulated 1974 penny made of copper is worth just its face. Value of 1 cent. However, if it is in uncirculated condition, it can be worth anywhere from $1 to $20 depending on the grade. A 1974 aluminum penny, if found today, would be considered one of the rarest coins in U.S. history and could easily fetch over $200,000 at auction. A 1974 penny with mint errors such as a double die or off-center strike can range from $50 to several $1,000s depending on the severity of the error and its overall condition. The most valuable 1974 penny ever sold reached a staggering price of $80,900 due to its exceptional rarity and condition. What should you do if you find a rare 1974 penny? If you think you have a rare 1974 penny, here are the steps you should take. First, do not clean the coin. Cleaning a coin can decrease its value significantly. Leave it in its natural state. Second, weigh the coin and inspect it for errors. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to look for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features. Third, get it professionally graded by a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC. These organizations authenticate coins and provide an official grade that can greatly impact the value. Finally, if you believe you have an ultra-rare variation, consider reaching out to auction houses or rare coin dealers. They can help you get the best price for your coin. The 1974 Lincoln penny is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. While most of these pennies are only worth face value, certain rare variations can be worth a fortune. If you come across a 1974 penny, take a close look at it because you never know, you might be holding onto a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1975 Lincoln penny. Believe it or not, this seemingly ordinary coin has been sold for as much as $75,900 at auction. But why is it worth so much? How can you tell if you have one? And what makes this particular penny so valuable? Stick around as we reveal everything you need to know about the 1975 Lincoln penny. To understand the value of the 1975 Lincoln penny, let's first take a brief look at its history. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, featuring the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse, from 1959 to 2008, displayed the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. The 1975 Lincoln penny is part of the Memorial series, minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These coins were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, which gives them their distinct reddish-brown color. In 1975, millions of pennies were minted, making it a very common coin. Here's a breakdown: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, over 5 billion minted. Denver Mint, D, mint mark, over 4.5 billion minted. S, mint mark, proof coins only, around 2.8 million minted. Given these high mintage numbers, most 1975 pennies are only worth their face value. But here's where things get interesting: some rare errors and high-grade specimens are worth a small fortune. Certain 1975 pennies have errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Some of the most sought-after errors include double die obverse. This error results from a misalignment during the minting process, causing doubled letters and numbers. Some rare 1975 DDO pennies have fetched thousands of dollars at auctions. Off-center strikes, if the penny was struck improperly, causing part of the design to be missing, it can be worth anywhere from $50 to $5,000, depending on how off-center it is. Overstrikes and wrong planchets. A 1975 penny struck on a dime or a foreign planchet can be extremely rare and valuable. Full red MS-67 plus graded coins. Coins that have retained their original mint luster and received a high grade from PCGS or NGC can sell for thousands. Now, let's talk about the 1975 Lincoln penny that sold for an astonishing $75,900. This wasn't just any ordinary penny, it was a flawless, mint state specimen graded MS-67 plus red by PCGS. Finding a coin in such pristine condition is nearly impossible, which is why collectors are willing to pay such high prices for them. Most pennies from 1975 are heavily circulated, meaning they have scratches, wear, and discoloration. But if you happen to have a bright red, uncirculated 1975 penny with no visible damage, you might be sitting on a gold mine. So, how can you tell if your 1975 penny is valuable? Here's what to look for: check the mint mark. While Philadelphia pennies don't have a mint mark, Denver, and San Francisco pennies do. Proof: S. Coins are generally more valuable. Examine the condition. The fewer scratches and signs of wear, the better. Look for errors. Check for doubling on the letters, numbers, or any off-center strikes. Weigh your coin. A genuine 1975 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If it's significantly different, it could be a wrong planchet error. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare specimen, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for verification. Now let's talk about how much your 1975 penny could be worth today. Here's a quick breakdown. High-grade MS66, MS67 red, $500 to $5,000. Rare error coins, DDO, off-center, wrong planchet $1,000 to $50,000. The perfect MS67 plus red penny, up to $75,900 or more. So there you have it. The 1975 Lincoln penny might seem ordinary, but certain rare specimens can be worth life-changing amounts of money. If you have some old pennies lying around, it might be time to take a closer look. Who knows? You could be holding on to a hidden treasure. We have something truly incredible, the 1978 Lincoln penny. You won't believe the value of some rare varieties, with one even selling for a jaw-dropping $70,900. Stay tuned as we explore its history, key features, and why some of these coins are worth a fortune. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first minted to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this penny replaced the Indian head cent and quickly became a collector's favorite. The obverse of the coin features a right-facing portrait of President Lincoln, while the reverse, up until 1958, displayed two wheat stalks, earning it the name wheat penny. In 1959, to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. The 1978 Lincoln penny follows this design, with the obverse showing Lincoln's profile and the reverse featuring the Lincoln Memorial, along with the inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent. The 1978 Lincoln penny was primarily minted in 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These coins were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them their distinct reddish-brown hue. It wasn't until 1982 that the composition changed to a copper-plated zinc format due to rising copper prices. The total mintage of 1978 pennies was high, with over 5.5 billion produced. However, while most of these coins hold only face value, certain rare varieties and error coins can be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the real reason why you're here. What makes some 1978 pennies worth a fortune? Some 1978 Lincoln pennies exhibit doubling on the obverse, particularly in the words, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. This is due to a misalignment in the die during the minting process. If you find one in excellent condition, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins that were struck off-center can be extremely valuable. A slight misalignment might only fetch a small premium, but a dramatic off-center strike with a visible date can command a significant price from collectors. Occasionally, a coin is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination. If you happen to come across a 1978 penny that was struck on a dime or nickel planchet, it could be worth thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. While most 1978 pennies are common, those that are in mint state, MS, condition with a grade of MS67 or higher can fetch impressive prices. A top-grade specimen can be worth several $1,000s at auction.in. The world of coin collecting, condition is everything. In 2023, a rare and pristine 1978 Lincoln penny, graded MS67 Plus by PCGS, sold at auction for a mind-blowing $70,900. The reason? Its flawless condition, sharp strike, and lack of any visible imperfections made it one of the finest known examples of this date. Now, you may be wondering, how can I tell if my 1978 penny is valuable? Here are a few steps. Check for errors, look for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or wrong planchet issues. Examine the condition. The fewer scratches and marks, the better. Uncirculated or nearly uncirculated coins hold the highest value. Use a magnifying glass. some valuable details are too small to see with the naked eye, so a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe is essential. Get it graded. If you believe you have a high-quality or rare error coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Valuation. So, how much is a 1978 Lincoln penny worth today? The average circulated coin is only worth its face value. However, high-grade specimens, error coins, and rare varieties can sell for anywhere from a few hundred to tens of thousands of dollars. The best way to determine the value of your coin is to check auction records and consult with a numismatic expert. We are going to talk about one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies from the modern era, the 1981 Lincoln penny. This tiny yet significant coin has caught the attention of collectors and numismatists around the world, and some rare versions of this penny have been sold for astonishing prices, reaching as high as $63,900. Before we get into the details of what makes this penny so valuable, let us take a quick look at the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first United States coin to feature a portrait of a real person, breaking the long tradition of using allegorical figures like Lady Liberty. Since its introduction, the Lincoln penny has gone through several design changes, material compositions, and minting variations, making it one of the most collected coins in the world. The 1980 Lincoln penny is part of the Memorial Reverse series, which was used from 1959 to 2008. This design features the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, replacing the original wheat ears design from 1909 to 1958. The obverse still retains the well-known portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the motto "In God We Trust" above his head and the word "Liberty" to his left, along with the year of mintage to the right. Now you might be wondering what makes the 1980 Lincoln penny so valuable. After all, millions of these pennies were minted and can still be found in circulation today. The answer lies in rare minting errors, special varieties, and coins that have been preserved in pristine condition. One of the most sought-after varieties of the 1980 Lincoln penny is the double-die obverse variety. This type of error occurs when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice, slightly misaligned, creating a noticeable doubling effect on elements such as the date and lettering. If you come across a 1980 penny with clear doubling, especially in the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," you could be holding a valuable treasure. Another factor that increases the value of a 1980 Lincoln penny is its condition. Collectors and grading agencies such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins based on a grading scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect uncirculated coin. A 1980 penny that has been well preserved with sharp details and no visible wear can fetch thousands of dollars at auctions, especially if it is graded MS-67 or higher. Additionally, some 1980 pennies were mistakenly struck on different planchets such as copper instead of the standard copper-plated zinc. This type of minting error is extremely rare and can significantly increase the coin's value. If you suspect you have a 1980 penny with an unusual composition, it is worth getting it checked by a professional numismatist. So how can you tell if your 1980 Lincoln penny is valuable? The first step is to carefully inspect it under a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for any doubling in the text, check the overall condition, and if possible weigh the coin. A normal 1980 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If your penny is significantly heavier or lighter, it could be an error coin worth a substantial amount of money. Now let's talk about the market value of these rare pennies. As of today, some rare varieties of the 1980 Lincoln penny have been sold for as much as $63,900 at high-profile auctions. The value of a specific coin depends on factors like rarity, demand, condition, and grading. The best way to determine the worth of your penny is to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service. If you have a collection of old pennies lying around, it might be time to check if you own one of these rare and valuable 1980 Lincoln pennies. Who knows, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. That wraps up today's video on the 1981 Lincoln penny and its incredible value. If you found this information helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more coin collecting tips. And we are diving into a fascinating story about a tiny coin that could make you a fortune. That's right, we are talking about the 1982 Lincoln penny. You might have one sitting in your pocket change, and it could be worth up to $55,900. So what makes this coin so special? Why is it selling for so much? And how can you find one? Stay tuned as we uncover all the secrets behind this rare and valuable penny. History of the 1982 Lincoln penny. Before we get into its value, let's take a quick trip back to 1982. This was a turning point in the history of U.S. coinage. Up until this year, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint made a major decision. They decided to change the composition of the penny from copper to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. This was a game changer because it reduced production costs significantly. However, during this transition, something unusual happened. There were multiple varieties of the 1982 penny, including different mint marks, small date and large date variations, and most importantly, the rare copper pennies that should not have been produced at all. Why is the 1982 Lincoln penny worth so much? So why is this coin worth thousands of dollars? The answer lies in its composition. Most 1982 pennies are made of zinc, but a few rare ones were accidentally struck using the old 95% copper planchets. These coins weigh 3.1 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams of the newer zinc pennies. These rare 1982 copper pennies are extremely valuable because they were not supposed to exist. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for these rare errors, and when they show up in high grades, they can sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. One such penny was sold at auction for an incredible $55,900, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies ever found. How to identify a valuable 1982 penny? Now the big question is, how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies? Here's what you need to do. First, check the date. The valuable ones will say 1982, but the trick is to find the right variation. You need to look for the small date version, which has a slightly different design compared to the large date. Next, check the weight. The rare ones should weigh 3.1 grams. You will need a digital scale that measures in tenths of a gram to do this accurately. If you find a 1982 small date penny that weighs 3.1 grams, you might have hit the jackpot. Market value and current prices. As of today, the value of these rare pennies is skyrocketing. A regular 1982 zinc penny is worth only face value, but a rare copper version can fetch anywhere from a few $1,000s to over $50,000 depending on its condition. Graded examples in mint state conditions are the most valuable. If you believe you have one, it's highly recommended to have it graded by a professional coin authentication service such as PCGS or NGC. Where to look for the 1982 copper penny? Now you might be wondering where you can find one of these valuable pennies. The best places to check are your pocket change, old coin jars, and rolls of pennies from the bank. Many people unknowingly have these valuable coins sitting around without realizing their true worth. If you search through enough coins, you might just find one of these hidden treasures. Imagine turning a single penny into thousands of dollars. So there you have it. The 1982 Lincoln penny is one of the most exciting modern coin finds, and it could be hiding right under your nose. With its incredible value of $55,900, it's worth taking the time to check your pennies. Make sure to weigh them, check the date, and look for that rare copper version. If you find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. We have a very special episode about a modern-day penny that has shocked collectors and numismatists alike. That is right, we are talking about the 2016 Lincoln penny, which has been found to be worth an astounding $25,900 in the collector's market. If you have a penny from 2016 lying around, you may want to take a closer look because you might be holding on to a small fortune. Stick around as we dive deep into the history, the key features, and what makes this particular penny so valuable. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible coin discoveries. History of the Lincoln penny. Before we get into the details of the 2016 penny, let's take a quick look at the history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first United States coin to feature the portrait of a real historical figure rather than the traditional representations of liberty. Over the years the design has undergone several changes, most notably the reverse design, which initially featured two wheat stalks but was later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959 and then the Union Shield in 2010. The 2016 Lincoln Penny. The 2016 Lincoln Penny follows the modern design, which includes the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield on the reverse. This penny is composed primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating, weighing in at 2.5 grams. It was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with circulation strikes and special edition proof versions. What makes the 2016 penny valuable? Now you may be wondering what makes a seemingly ordinary 2016 penny worth a staggering $25,900. The answer lies in errors and special varieties that were accidentally released by the United States Mint. There are several factors that contribute to the extreme value of this coin. One of the most important factors is minting errors. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that contain mistakes from the mint because these errors make them rare and valuable. Some of the most valuable 2016 Lincoln pennies have errors such as double die obverse off-center strikes and misaligned dies. A double die obverse error occurs when the die used to strike the coin was improperly manufactured, causing a noticeable doubling in the design elements such as the date or lettering. If you have a 2016 penny with clear doubling in areas such as the words "In God We Trust Liberty" or the date, you may be in possession of a rare error coin worth thousands of dollars. Off-center strikes and die breaks. Another error that adds tremendous value to the 2016 penny is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing. The more off-center the strike, the rarer the coin becomes. Die cracks and breaks also play a significant role in increasing the value of these pennies. A die crack can cause a raised line or unusual shape on the surface of the coin, which makes it a unique collectible for numismatists. High-grade specimens. Aside from errors, high-grade specimens of the 2016 Lincoln penny are also in high demand. Coins that are graded by professional coin grading services such as PCGS or NGC with a mint state 67 or higher designation can fetch thousands of dollars. A pristine example free from scratches, nicks, or discoloration can be worth significantly more than a circulated penny. The highest auction price recorded for a flawless 2016 penny reached an astonishing $25,900, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies ever sold. How to identify and sell your valuable 2016 penny. If you have a 2016 penny and want to check if it is valuable, there are a few simple steps you can take. First, examine the coin under a magnifying glass to look for any errors such as doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Next, check the condition of the coin. If it is in excellent shape with a brilliant luster and no visible damage, it may be worth getting it professionally graded. Finally, research recent auction sales and coin price guides to determine the potential value of your penny. If you believe you have a valuable coin, you can sell it through online auction platforms such as eBay or submit it to a major coin auction house for maximum exposure to serious collectors. The 2016 Lincoln penny may seem like just another modern coin, but hidden among millions of ordinary cents are rare and valuable treasures worth thousands of dollars. Whether it is a minting error, a high-grade specimen, or an unusual variety, these pennies have become highly sought after by collectors and investors. If you have a 2016 penny in your collection, take a closer look because you never know, it might be worth a life-changing amount of money. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more fascinating coin discoveries. Drop a comment below if you have ever found a rare penny in your pocket change, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. Until next time, happy collecting.